Hi, I'm Bob Swirsel, and I'm in my hometown of Arlington, Virginia. I'm going to show you the Arlington Loop and how it connects with the rest of the DC area. Let's check it out. In this video, we're going to ride the Arlington Loop clockwise, starting in Bluemont Park and using the Custis Trail, Mount Vernon Trail, 4 Mile Run Trail, and Washington and Old Dominion Trail. We'll also look at some of the bike connections from the Arlington Loop. Let's head to Bluemont Park. Near the start is the Bluemont Junction Trail. This trail cuts a corner off of the Arlington Loop and will quickly take you through the Bluemont neighborhood to Ballston. We'll start on the Washington and Old Dominion Trail. It is a 45-mile-long paved trail that is mostly flat and runs from Arlington, Virginia, all the way out to Purcellville. The trail runs along the former rail bed of the Washington and Old Dominion Railroad, dating back to the middle of the 19th century. If you stay on the Washington and Old Dominion Trail, you can continue west and north towards places including Falls Church, Vienna, Reston, Leesburg, and Purcellville. The Arlington Loop continues on to the Custis Trail. The Custis Trail is a 4.5-mile-long trail built alongside Interstate 66 that opened in 1982 and is named for Martha Custis, the maiden name of Martha Washington, the first First Lady of the United States of America. It is the hilliest of the trails on the Arlington Loop, so be prepared for a few climbs when you ride it. If you turn right here, you can use an access trail to get to Fairfax Drive and the Rosslyn-Ballston Corridor. The Rosslyn-Ballston Corridor is an example of transit-oriented development with multiple metro rail stations, urban villages, and job centers connected with bike-friendly routes. You can think of Fairfax Drive and Wilson and Clarendon Boulevards as the business route, and the Custis Trail as the bypass, going between Ballston and Rosslyn. At Quincy Street, if you head north, you will go towards Cherrydale and Military Road. If you head south, you can access Washington Liberty High School and the Ballston neighborhood. If you turn right, you can access Veitch Street, which will take you to the courthouse neighborhood. The east end of the Custis Trail is colloquially referred to as the intersection of doom. Many crashes occur here due to mixing traffic from the Custis Trail, Interstate 66 off-ramp, and North Lynn Street, so be careful when you pass through here. At the east side of the intersection of Doom, if you head north, you can cross Key Bridge into the Georgetown neighborhood of Washington, D.C., and access the paved Capitol Crescent Trail and the unpaved Chesapeake and Ohio Canal towpath. The Arlington Loop continues onto the Mount Vernon Trail. The Mount Vernon Trail is a paved 18.5-mile-long trail running along the Potomac River from Rosslyn near Key Bridge to George Washington's Mount Vernon estate. The trail was originally created due to organizing efforts led by Ellen Pickering and Barbara Lynch, who worked with the National Park Service in the 1970s. The first destination off the Mount Vernon Trail is Roosevelt Island. You cannot bring your bicycle across the bridge to the island, so you'll need to lock up at the nearby bike racks. Approaching the first boardwalk, be careful, as the numerous boardwalks on the Mount Vernon Trail can get quite slippery, and this particular boardwalk has been the site of numerous crashes. If you stay right, you'll access the Roosevelt Bridge, which will take you across the Potomac River to places like the Kennedy Center, Rock Creek Park Trail, and Foggy Bottom. You might not realize it, but after crossing the short bridge after the boardwalk, you are on Columbia Island, which is technically part of Washington, D.C. Here, the Mount Vernon Trail starts to provide some stunning views of our nation's capital across the Potomac River. Approaching the tunnel under Arlington Memorial Bridge, slow down and be prepared to stop if there is someone coming your way. The underpass is too narrow for two-way traffic. If you turn right, you can cross the George Washington Memorial Parkway to get to Arlington National Cemetery, Arlington Memorial Bridge, National Mall, and head south along Washington Boulevard towards the Pentagon. If you bear left here, you can use a paved trail that passes under the George Washington Parkway to get to Lyndon Baines Johnson Memorial Grove and Boundary Channel Drive near the Pentagon. On the southern side of this bridge is another paved trail that takes you under the George Washington Parkway, but ends at a dirt trail. A future paved trail connection will be made to Boundary Channel Drive and Long Bridge Park as part of the Boundary Channel Drive Interchange project. If you turn right, you can access the popular 14th Street Bridge, which will take you into Washington, D.C., towards the Tidal Basin, Haynes Point, Southwest Waterfront, and future extension of the 15th Street cycle track. Farther down the Mount Vernon Trail is Gravelly Point. This is the best airplane watching spot in the area. Gravelly Point can get quite crowded, so slow down when passing through this area. If you turn right here, you will access the Crystal City Connector, which connects the trail to the urban center of Crystal City. If you need to reach the airport, you can turn left here. The path will take you through a tunnel and to bike parking with access to both the Metro rail station and terminals of Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. The Arlington Loop turns left here, but if you stay right on the Mount Vernon Trail, you will continue into the city of Alexandria, heading towards Old Town Alexandria. The Arlington Loop continues onto 4 Mile Run Trail. This paved trail is 7 miles long and goes along 4 Mile Run from the Potomac River to the city of Falls Church. It opened in 1967 as the first federally funded shared-use path in the nation. If you turn right, you can use the ramps or stairs with runnels to get to the Potomac Yard Trail heading south to Potomac Yard and towards downtown Alexandria, and Potomac Drive heading north towards Crystal City. From here, if you turn right, you can get to 4 Mile Run Park and Commonwealth Avenue towards downtown Alexandria. If you turn right, you can use the Eads Street protected bike lane to go north towards Crystal City and Pentagon City. After passing under Interstate 395, we have multiple options. If you cross Shirlington Road and turn left, you will stay on 4 Mile Run Trail and head into the Shirlington neighborhood. If you keep right, you will enter the Green Valley neighborhood and reach the eastern end of the Washington and Old Dominion Trail. From here, 4 Mile Run Trail and Washington and Old Dominion Trail run parallel to each other. 4 Mile Run Trail stays closer to 4 Mile Run, accesses more playgrounds, and is much more shaded. but it can become flooded, especially at the many low-stream crossings. The Washington and Old Dominion Trail runs pretty straight and flat, but lacks tree cover and bypasses amenities like playgrounds and bathrooms. At Walter Reed Drive, you can turn right if you want a challenging hill climb, known by some as Heartbreak Hill. If you turn left, you can head towards Shirlington, the Lucky Run Trail, and the Alexandria campus of Northern Virginia Community College. At George Mason Drive, if you turn left, you can get to 4 Mile Run Trail and Wakefield High School. After crossing Columbia Pike, there is a learning loop perfect for newer riders. While riding the Washington and Old Dominion Trail, you can sometimes see old sections of the trail. After passing under Arlington Boulevard, US Route 50, if you stay left, you'll use 4 Mile Run Trail to access the majority of Bluemont Park. If you stay right, you'll remain on the Washington and Old Dominion Trail and bypass part of the park. We complete the Arlington Loop back at the caboose. You can learn more about biking in and around Arlington, Virginia through the Bike Arlington website. I have linked to it in the video description. Thank you for joining me on this ride around my hometown. See you on the next one.